You know, when this journey first began, I did not know where it was going to lead me. Guess what I learned? That an orchestra has over 100 musicians, and every single one of them plays a different instrument. Did you know that? See, some carry the melody, and then some hold like the rhythm, and then some come in just for a few. What do they? I can't even remember what they call it. Oh, measures. And then they go quiet. But without every single one of them playing their specific part, the whole thing falls apart. Who knew? You know, I love to share with you some things here and there. But welcome to another episode of A Dose of Nicki. See, I am so very glad that you are here with me right now. And before we get started, I'm going to just say right off the bat, I want to take a moment and acknowledge my brothers who listen. Yep, I see you. And I do very much appreciate you. And I'm going to be talking, but today I'm going to be talking about sisterhood. Yeah. But everything I say today applies to you too. Okay? Because loyalty, purpose, and limits are not gender specific. So stay with me, okay? We're going to be talking about something that's beautiful, complicated, and worth getting it right. And that's sisterhood. Specifically, what happens when we don't understand that sisterhood comes with limits. See, a girlfriend of mine said something to me not too long ago that stopped me, and it made me pause for a minute, right? And she said, "You taught me about sisterhood." And of course, my first reaction was confusion, as always, and I sat with it for a moment, and then it hit me. It really did. See, through our friendship, she learned how to show up reliably for someone other than herself. How to be basically, accountable, less self-centered. And then what got me was realizing I did not even know I had been teaching anything because I did not fully understand what I had built until it started to restructure. Yeah. And when things shift, people like they exit and they move on, that season, reason, lifetime thing. But when the circle gets smaller, that is when you find out what you actually had. Yeah. Now, I'm not here to tear sisterhood down. I'm actually here to protect it. But here's what I have learned. Not every sister is built for every role. See, some sisters are your confidants. Yeah. The ones you call at 2 a.m. Yeah, that one. The ones who know the real everything. Yeah, those ones. Those sisters, they're rare. And when you find one, I want you to protect that. You need to. Then there are those who are your ride or dies, where, they say to you, where we going? Before you even know what is happening, there's no questions, no conditions. They're just there. And then there are some sisters that are your prayer partners, your encouragers, the ones who remind you of who you are when you have forgotten. And then we're going to talk about those, brunch dates, your shopping buddies, the concert companions. See, they make everything more fun just by being in the room. And every single one of them is valuable. But they are not interchangeable. I want you to remember that. Remember, because we mess up sometimes. Yeah, because I'm about to break it down for you about how sisterhood works. See, we take the sister who was built to be our brunch buddy and we hand her our deepest secrets. And then we are devastated or pissed when she doesn't hold them the way a confidant would. We go to the prayer partner expecting her to roll out with us the way the ride or die does. And she just can't. She can't. That's not her lane. And then we get frustrated with the brunch buddy because she's not checking in on our mental health the way the confidant does. And she never was going to. And then you blame the sister, right? You get mad, you upset, and you pull back from her. You're like, I'm not messing with her. Sometimes even end the relationship because of it. Cut her off cold. Not rocking with her anymore. When the truth is, we put her in that position, the one she was never built for, and held her accountable for it too, for not feeling it. And that's not her failure. That's just misalignment. It's like hiring someone for the wrong job. You know what I'm saying? And one more thing that nobody wants to talk about. I need you to stop judging your sister for who she has in her circle. You don't have to like everyone in your sister's sisterhood. Remember that. You have your own sisterhood and she has hers, right? You don't have to vibe with them. You do not have to be their friend, but you do not get to make your sister choose. Don't do that. You don't get to create tension. See, your role is to stay in your lane, do your part, and accept it for what it is. Now let's think about a lion pride for a minute. I know some of you are not into animals, but I often use that analogy because we're animals too, right? So I'm going to do that comparison. One lion, several lionesses, right? Okay, you know what? Something just popped up on my feed, and I don't know what that's all about, but that's my fault for not muting what I needed to mute. Let me mute that out while I'm having this conversation with my peoples. Okay, now let's get back to the lion. Now, there are several lionesses, and each one with a specific role. There's the hunter, the nurturer, and the protector of the cubs. And not one of them stops in the middle of feeding the pride to say, you know what, Nyla? I don't like her. Why is she in this pride? She should not be here. They don't even talk. They just show up and do their part. And the whole entire pride thrives. See, nature has figured it out. What we are still arguing about. Think about going to work, right? You might not like everybody in the building. You might not choose any of them as your friends outside of those four walls. But you show up. You do your job because the mission is bigger than your personal preference. Sisterhood is the same way. When you all come together for a birthday, a girl's trip, a moment that matters. The mission is to support your sister, not auditioning the other woman in the room, not sizing them up, not deciding who deserves to be there. Stay in your lane, okay? I need you to do your part. Let everybody else do theirs. Here's what I want you to walk away with today. And think about it. You wouldn't ask your dentist to perform knee surgery for you, would you? See, they both are doctors. Yep, they are. They both are trained, and both are valuable, but with different gifts, different purpose, different lane. And your sisters are the same way. And when you understand that, when you stop trying to pour from the wrong cup, you stop being disappointed. You stop misreading loyalty. You start appreciating each person for exactly what they bring to the table. And the community actually works. For real. You didn't know that, right? In a way that lasts. That is what my girlfriend was really telling me when she said that I taught her about sisterhood, which I didn't know that I was doing. She wasn't just talking about me and her. She was talking about learning to receive people for who they are, not who she needed them to be. And I did not even know I knew that until she handed it back to me. So, is there someone in your circle you've been frustrated with for not showing up the way you expected? And is it possible that what you expected was never their role to begin with? Have you been showing up for someone else's sisterhood, making it about your opinion instead of your sister? I want you to think about it. Really think about it. And be honest with yourself. Then go love upon your people in the lane they were actually built for. Now you know what to do. I need you to drop it in the comments for me, because guess what? This is your dose. I want to thank you for joining me today on A Dose of Nicki. Let's keep the mind thinking, because every layer we peel back brings us closer to understanding ourselves and others. Awareness is the first step toward authenticity, and together we can do this. Until next time, stay fab, keep growing, and be well, my friends. Be well. Now, if you enjoyed this episode, join us next week for another insightful conversation. And remember, if you have found value in our discussions or this discussion, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon to be notified when a new episode drops on YouTube. Take care. Dose of Nicki.